Happy New Year, YouTube world, and everyone out there who is setting goals most likely and making New Year's resolutions. I wanted to do a kind of an informal video about that just because it's on everyone's minds right now, and I've gotten better at this and actually started thinking about what makes it work, this whole New Year's resolution thing, this goal setting, vision casting, in the past couple years since 2020. When I started writing my books. And that was really, I've been writing for years, but that was really the beginning of being more disciplined about getting an actual project finished and then starting my publishing journey. So because I've learned a lot in the past couple of years, I've been thinking about where people get tripped up, where I've been getting tripped up with goals and New Year's resolutions, all of that. It doesn't have to be New Year's, but it's on our minds right now, right? So honestly, the two areas that I think we miss the point with goal setting is that we're either setting wrong goals or we're missing key components of what a healthy resolution looks like. A lot of times our goals aren't actionable enough. We think of things like, well, I want to change the world. That's a good desire, but it's more of a wish. It's not clearly defined enough to be successful as a goal. So the first thing, honestly, is to make sure it's an actionable goal. And you can start by praying about that and asking God to help you define something actionable you want to do. Remember, as believers, we're living out a purpose for the kingdom. So it's not just about, what's going to benefit me day to day, but there's something bigger that we're all a part of. So pray and get those actionable goals in front of you. But you need a few things in order for that goal to be successful. And what I'm realizing is, this is where people get tripped up. Besides the grace of God, the first thing you need for a goal to work out is a personal why, especially if it's a generic goal. There's lots of goals that are just good for everybody, like exercise, healthy eating, etc. But everything is going to be tailored to you. And so to be effective, you're going to need to personalize your goal. And you're going to have to figure out, why is this important to me? And find a way to keep that in your sights as you move forward, because that's where the energy and the passion is going to come from. And your reasons for doing this may evolve over time, but you need to keep this in mind. You need a personal why. There's so much out there that we can see what other people are doing. That is not a good enough goal. It's nice to have inspiration from other people, but you need to decide, like I had to decide, why do I want to write a book? Not, I want to write a book because other people have done it. Because that is what's going to hold you through in the middle of August or the middle of February when it's not exciting anymore. You need to have a reason why you want this, why this is important to you. Secondly, you need to outline some practical steps that you're going to take and actually break them down into steps that work with your life. And how do you determine that? Well, you put them on your calendar. You need to figure out, how is this actually going to happen? So what type of action are you planning? So let's say it's exercise. Well, what type of exercise do you need? What is your yearly goal? What is your monthly goal? And then how are you going to break that down into weekly goals, actionable steps? How many times a week? Are you going to need equipment? Are you going to go to a gym? How is your schedule going to work around that? If you don't figure this stuff out, it's not going to happen. And then you're going to get overwhelmed because you have to think about all of that in one sitting, and that's only going to be sustained for maybe January. So you need to figure out, how is this actually going to break down on the calendar in such a way that I can be successful with my life? And the cool thing about this is scary at first, but definitely take your goals to the calendar, because this will do a lot of things for you. Not only will it help you to see if this is even a worthwhile goal to pursue in light of what else is going on in your life, but it will also help you to see any superfluous things that are actually in the way in your schedule that you can weed out. And it'll actually show you how this is going to work. And it's a little bit of concentrated work on the outset, but it's a great return at the end, especially if it's something important to you. So that's why you have to decide that at the beginning. Is this worth it to me? The clarity and the passion and the prize is going to help carry you through the parts that aren't fun or glamorous. So define your goal with the Lord, figure out your personal why, and then outline some personal steps, which involves breaking them down into bite-sized, measurable points that you can realistically fit into the life that you have. And this is very important. There's going to be some trial and error along the way, so don't allow yourself to collapse into failure. When and if things need to be adjusted, just do it. And try to keep it small. Keep it to maybe 3 measurable goals, even just one that you want to highlight. And once you get good at this, you'll want to expand into other goals. Focus on the positive. Focus on pursuing something that you really want to go after this year, and work on deciding with the Lord, why do I want it so badly? How is this going to happen little by little? And focus on each step with Him. Draw on His strength daily and make this a wonderful thing. It does not have to be pressured and stressful and full of failure. Make it a wonderful thing by reminding yourself daily why it's important, and you will be successful.